Hey, Mike with DDD Millionaire here. In today's video, I just wanted to go over how you can turn around a customer that already has a pest control service. So, really common issue that sometimes people have, depending on where they're knocking doors and what area they're selling in, is you might run into a lot of customers or a lot of potential customers that already have a pest control service, or they already have some program that they're working with that's basically your competition. So there's a couple ways that you can handle this issue to make more sales for your business and get more switchover counts. So one thing that you want to do, it doesn't really matter what kind of concern or objection, if you're getting it a lot, one thing that you can do is lead off with that as kind of an assumptive statement, a win-win statement, and just assuming that your potential customer already is experiencing that issue. Because if you go through your entire sales pitch, your value build, and you get to the very end and then they throw out that concern, sometimes that can ruin the sales process. Where if you address that up front and explain how that's not an issue, or that's why you're there, a lot of times that can just bypass that concern and objection to begin with, and then you never encounter that and you still make the sale. So an example would be if somebody had a pest control service already, if you approach them, you might say something along the lines of like, hey, I'm sure you already have a pest control service this year with all the activity we've been seeing going on. Who did you decide to go with this year? Or let's say, for example, they're not seeing pests in their home. So you might say something like, I'm sure at this point you're not really seeing any pests in your home, but that's exactly why we're here, to help you keep it that way. And again, then you transition into your sales pitch, your value build, seeing if they could be a fit as a customer. And this is going to do a couple different things. One, it's going to drop their guard, because again, in door-to-door sales, when you're reaching out to people, they're obviously most of the time not expecting you to be there, and it can kind of throw a wrench in things where some people might have their guard up and just already be like, okay, this person's going to try and sell me something, I got to put my defenses up. Where if you come out front and you're like, hey, you're probably not even seeing any pests right now, I'm sure you already have a pest control service that you're working with, which one did you go with? When you do something like that, it's really going to drop their guard, and it just becomes more of a conversation. And at this point, then you can find out how you can help them. Your job in this situation, again, isn't going to be attacking your competitors, saying how they're the worst company ever, because what happens is a lot of people struggle with making decisions, and when you blatantly tell them that, oh, you made a bad one, or that was a stupid idea for going with XYZ company, they're going to feel attacked, because they took a lot of time and effort thinking about making that decision, and that was maybe a challenge for them. And then if you come along and tell them, oh, you're an idiot for doing that, it's not a good idea. You're not going to make many sales doing that. So again, if you can just focus on understanding and filling in the gaps of how your business, how your products and service can do a better job, you're going to make more sales and get a lot more switchover accounts. Because again, some of these people, maybe the only reason they're with XYZ company is that was the first person that approached them, and so they're like, hey, let's go with this person, where they might not even understand that your products and services are of such higher quality, you give better customer service, whatever the case may be. That's where, again, this option focuses on starting a conversation with someone, and then it just allows you to ask more questions. So when you find out, hey, they do have a company, great, you can see how yours could be better than theirs, and then make that switch over. Another thing that this can do is they might not even have that concern or objection. So you said something like, hey, I'm sure you're not seeing any pests these days, but that's why we're here to help you, keep it that way. They might say, well, actually I am seeing a lot of issue. We're dealing with this right now. Well, then right there, they completely qualified themselves. You're there to help, and it can be a very simple transition into making the sale and helping that potential customer with your products and services. So a couple things to keep in mind that do that when you lead with a win-win assumption. And again, doing this can help you get more turnover accounts from people that already have pest control service that they're working with, and then whatever other concern and objection you might be running into can be a great way to transition into making the sale. So again, hopefully you guys got some benefit and value out of this video. If you did, feel free to comment and share. And if you are in door-to-door sales, be sure to head on over to dddmillionaire.com and enter your information for access to our free training on how to avoid the 5 most common mistakes sales reps make in door-to-door sales. So if you're struggling, not making the money, not getting the results you're looking for in door-to-door sales, or maybe you're brand new and want to start a career in door-to-door sales, be sure to head on over to dddmillionaire.com. Like I said, enter your information for access to that free audio training on how to avoid the 5 most common mistakes most sales reps make in door-to-door sales. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.